Hi everyone, I'm Mike Green, Public Information Officer in the Allen County Commissioner's Office, and we welcome you to this edition of CountyLine. The New Allen Alliance has been named a winner of Indiana's 2018 Stellar Communities Competition. The region, which is made up of Grable, Leo-Cedarville, Monroeville, New Haven, and Woodburn, will receive millions of dollars in state funds to implement revitalization plans. The announcement of New Allen's designation came at a recent gathering in New Haven.
This is exciting, isn't it? Yes, it's exciting. It's an exciting time, and we are here today to, tell our story and continue that story as we've been doing over the years. A story of triumph and victor, but also a story of, going back to the basics of forming relationships and simply getting stuff done. I mean, that's what we've been about when we've been working on this over the last 4 years, and to culminate in this celebration today is absolutely amazing. The New Allen Alliance was started in 1991 by citizens in the East Allen community who wanted to make our communities better. We wanted to create a unified voice, and I would say that we are doing our founders proud as we stand here 27 years later to say that we have unified, we are working together, and it's awesome, right? It's just been emotional. It's a great day. It also is to honor that spirit and vision for what was created for New Allen, and it's become very bright, and we thank you all for taking time to be here during this time of year to be a part of this celebration. Our first speaker today is a proud born and raised Hoosier from Evansville. She started her career as the auditor of Vanderburgh County. She went on to become Vanderburgh County Commissioner and then a state representative for House District 78. During her tenure in the House, she served as vice chairman of the Ways and Means Committee and on the Public Health Committee. She then served as Indiana State Auditor from 2014 to 2016. Throughout her years of public service, she's been focused and committed to the programs and services for people with disabilities. She was honored to receive the 2012 Public Policy Award for the Arc of Indiana for her work with people with disabilities and was named Legislator of the Year in 2011 by the Indiana Association of Rehabilitation Facilities. It is with great honor that I ask you to join me in welcoming the 52nd Lieutenant Governor of Indiana, Lieutenant Governor Suzanne Crouch.
Wow, this is so exciting. I can't think of a better way to start the holiday season than to be here with you all celebrating. I'm also so thrilled to see our partners in the Indiana General Assembly, Representative Dave Heine and Representative Matt Lehman and Representative Denny Zent here. And even though all three of them don't necessarily represent this area, they are so proud and so much a part of what all is happening here in Northeast Indiana. So thank you for your leadership and being supportive of OCRA and the many programs that support our communities all across Indiana. It's my life's greatest honor to serve as the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Indiana and a partner to our Governor Eric Holcomb. And when I was a young girl growing up in Evansville, I never dreamt that my life's journey would bring me to this place. I didn't grow up in a political home, but my parents raised me with values, and they instilled in me principles that have led me to public service. They raised me to believe in common sense ideas like don't spend more than you make, work hard every day, and then treat other people as you'd like to be treated. And so while my role has changed over the years, those guiding principles have remained the same. I served as a Vanderburgh County Auditor and County Commissioner, and I understand the struggles and the challenges that local officials have in trying to balance budgets and then to bring all the competing interests together and get people to collaborate and to work together. And I came from Evansville, so I was geographically removed from our capital like you are, and understand how important it is to have relationships and to be able to build partnerships for us to all move forward. I visited all 92 counties seeking input from local officials and local community leaders how can we as a state do a better job in partnering and supporting our local communities? And so it is such an honor and it's such a privilege to be able to be here today and to be able to celebrate New Allen Alliance as our 2018 Regional Stellar Designee. You know, when I traveled the state, the communities that really stand out are those where there is strong leadership. And that leadership means local elected officials. It also means business leaders and community leaders. And so to have a part of our state where everyone comes together and collaborates is such a celebration. And Governor Holcomb and I are just so proud of all you're doing up here in Northeast Indiana. Abraham Lincoln said that some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it also. And you've achieved great success here. And you are going to serve as a model and prove to the rest of the state that they too can achieve that success if they work together and they collaborate. It is so important. It's almost as if we created our regional stellar designee with you in mind. Because you've been doing this since 1991. And so pat yourselves on the back. I always say that we are humble Hoosiers. We work hard, we do what's right, we put our nose to the grindstone, and we don't take the time to pat ourselves on the back and to recognize the great job we've done. And that's what today is all about, is celebrating the great job you have done as you have come together. And the wonderful thing about our Stellar Regional Program, it's a partnership among communities, but it's also a partnership with the state and the state's many partners that all come together to be able to support you with resources that then allow you to go and create even more support as you enhance your communities and make them places where people want to live and they want to play and they want to work and they want to grow. So kudos to you, congratulations to you. What is truly great about Indiana are her people, you in this room today, Hoosiers all across our great state. Hardworking men and women who know that when we come together and we work together, we can achieve great success. And our pioneering spirit, it's alive and it is well, because as Hoosiers, we work hard, we're independent, and we understand what really matters. And so just as you've come together to be able to bring your communities and build them and make them stronger for your children and your grandchildren, Governor Holcomb and I want to work alongside you, and we're going to work alongside you so that we can leave our state better for future generations. So today is your day. Tomorrow's going to be your day. And on into the future will be your day, because you have proven that you can come together and you can work together as communities. And for that, we are so proud of you and here to celebrate that success today. So congratulations again. God bless you all. Thank you.
Good morning. This is Sarah Arnold with the New Allen Alliance. And if you could just tell me what your name is and what role you played in New Allen Alliance.
I'm Lynn Rorick, and I am a representative for the City of Woodburn on the New Allen Alliance.
Wonderful. And what do you think is the most exciting project that has come out of the Stellar designation?
The most important, I think, is going to be the community park. I played a big role on the park board years ago of acquiring the new ground, and in the future we want to see that developed. And I also, the Main Street project is really active in it, our grant, and get that started. I would like to see that completed through town and get the continuity all the way through town.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all your hard work, and thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Next, we have the honor of hearing from Jody Golden. I do know her name. Thank you, Jody, for coming here today. Jody is Executive Director of OCRA, or the Office of Community and Rural Affairs, and she's going to tell us a little more about all the opportunities that are coming our way. Thank you, Jody.
Thank you, Ken. Happy Stellarbration, everybody. Woo! Thank you so much for having us here today. I also want to point out and thank, I'd be remiss if I didn't, I want to thank our other state partners who participate in Stellar with us, along with OKRA. We have representatives today from ICDA, the Housing and Community Development Authority, if you guys want to stand or wave. We have the Department of Public Health is here, Office of Rural Health. We have NDOT, I believe. Yeah. And then we have the Indiana Bond Bank. I know I saw Brian somewhere way in the back. So thank you so much for all the efforts and the hard work and the contributions. Oh, and tourism, I see all in the back, hey. So thank you so much to our state partners as well, because we couldn't do this without them, and they put in a lot of time and effort and resources to help make this program successful. So thank you all for being here today too. So today marks the culmination of preparation and collaboration. I'm so excited to be here today in New Haven to help celebrate with you. If you've ever heard Lieutenant Governor speak before, you know that her and I both firmly believe that rural Indiana when rural Indiana succeeds, the rest of the state will succeed. And you guys are proving that today with your stellar regional designation. One of the best ways for rural Indiana to move ahead is by working together and collaborating. Partnering with your communities, partnering with your neighbors, partnering with your counties, partnering with your nonprofits, partnering with other organizational partners. And based on this poster here, to my left, your right, it looks like you guys are doing exactly that. So kudos to you for all of your partnerships and all the collaborations that you've made throughout this process. Achieving the stellar designation is really no small feat, especially now that we've changed it to a regional design. To date, more than 97 communities have participated in the process. 30 have completed the strategic development plans or regional development plans, and 16, as of today, have received the Stellar Communities designation. So again, congratulations to you all. The New Allen Alliance has been embracing regionalism for the better part of 20 years, and it was easily apparent in your regional development plan. Your creation of your supplemental committees to support your values and ensure input is provided by your communities demonstrates your focus on community engagement. And this plan, your regional development plan, goes beyond the state's funding commitment to enhance your region with a total impact of $65 million. Let's look at But more importantly, your plan was also supported with strong baseline data, and each projected goal had specific success measurements. This plan aligns with one of OKRA's guiding principles to retain and attract talent, and so we are so excited to partner with you in its implementation. The future for your whole region and for your communities is bright. I know that the lessons that you've learned throughout this process are both that you retain that sense of community pride that I know you've all worked so hard to build. I can tell you that the candidate pool this year was very strong. The state team had a very hard decision to make. But the hard work, the dedication, and the passion that you all have brought to this process was very, very evident. So I just want to congratulate you once again. I want to thank you for all of your dedication, all of your passion, all of your hard work that you put in to this regional development plan. I know it's going to be successful, and we're so excited to partner with you on it. So thank you again, and congratulations on becoming a truly stellar region.
Sure. I'm Barb Smith, and I'm the rep from the Leo Cedarville area, and I'm also the vice president of New Allen Alliance.
Great. Well, thank you for being here today. And also, I just wanted to know what community you are from, and really what is the most exciting project that this stellar designation brings to your community?
Well, we are really excited about Leo Cedarville doing our streetscape, redoing some of our downtown for our businesses. But the most exciting thing to me is the trails. We're going to connect 6 parks from county parks and the 2 parks in Leo, the 2 parks in Grable, and up to Hirschtown. It'll be part of the United Trail system. So we're really excited to be able to bring not just the trail to the community, but the safety for our students, our kids, our people not having to take Highway 1 to get to our parks, but to connect all 6 parks. So we're really excited about that.
Our next speakers have the opportunity to represent our communities down at the state level, and so we're going to take an opportunity to thank Representative Dave Heine and Representative Matt Lehman, who are representatives in our area as well. I will have to say that Senator Dennis Cruz, of course, wanted to be here. He's been a big support through the whole process. However, he is on his 50th anniversary cruise with his wife, and he sent me an email and said, I think I have to follow through on this one. And I said, I think we would expect that out of you. So anyway, I'll turn it over to Representative Heine.
Christmas came early for our 7 communities in East Allen County. And on Monday, December 10th, do have to tell this little story. 15 of us gathered in Mayor Mcdonald's office waiting for her call. And when she called, if everybody could have seen the faces of all the people in the room when she told us that we received the designation, it was unbelievable. The high fives, the collaboration, the camaraderie, it was just wonderful. And then she said, change the subject, hey, you can't tell anybody until tomorrow. So you're gonna have to keep this to yourself. That ain't gonna happen. You know, this designation didn't happen by accident. A lot of hard work, a lot of effort went into this. A lot of acquaintances became friends, and we all had one vision, and that was to make East Allen County a better place to raise our children and our grandchildren. So many people to thank. I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Okra, Jody, wherever you went, Jody, and then also to Lieutenant Governor, who is in charge of Okra, and then Kent Castleman. We couldn't have done it without him, and also without Christy Sturts. Thank you very, very much. And now our goal is to take this vision and turn it into reality. And our goal is that we can be an example. So when Lieutenant Governor Crouch is going around the state, she can use East Allen as an example to other communities on how to collaborate together to make their communities be able to work together to grow and be a better place to raise their children. So thank you very, very much.
I'm Carol Martin, and I'm from Woodburn, Indiana.
Great. And what role did you play in New Allen Alliance and the Stellar Communities designation?
Well, I'm on the board of the Alliance, and I guess the main thing was just lots of behind the stage doing, getting figures and information together for everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your hard work on this. Now, can you tell me what is the most exciting project for your community that this has come out of all of this?
Well, for Woodburn, it's kind of hard to say, but one of our main things, I think, is continuing our streetscape. We started that about 4 years ago, and to have this completed for people when they come into Woodburn to see how stellar we really are. And then the continuation of our industrial park. It will bring in industry, and when industry comes, it brings in people, and it's just an all win-win situation. And then the other thing, our park. It's great for our children, our youth, families. It's just a win-win all the way around.
All right, thank you, Dave. I have the privilege of representing, I always call it kind of the outliers, the Monroeville, Hoagland area. When I first got elected, I had almost all of eastern Allen County, and I remember going to my very first town hall meeting in 2009, and it was myself and the mayor and his wife and a box of donuts. That was it. But the reason I tell that is I come from local government, but down in Adams County, Indiana, and back in the 90s when I was in the local county level, it was think collaboratively, think regionally. And that was a new thought because everything was territorial. And it was breaking down walls to get people to think territorially. And so when I got into the General Assembly in 2008 and began to work towards more of those work in the state, collaborate, I think when Dave said, we're an example, I found it interesting that when I would go down there and I would tell them about places like Bern, which is where I live, and Monroeville and Hoagland, it was unique. And I found that, when you start to think of the districts we represent, all of my district is very rural. And so any investment is huge. And so we started to tell the message of how do we get more of the dollars out into these regional areas. And I think it really got ramped up with regional cities. And that took us to kind of the next level. And the Stellar program is starting to push out to the regional areas. And so it's just really exciting to have watched this kind of from its infancy grow into what we're here today to see. And the investment, just look at some of the projects that are planned, the investment that's going to be put into Northeast Indiana. Having been there and been in leadership, I can tell you right now, we are the envy of the state of Indiana. There was only one problem when I got there and we began to promote Northeast Indiana, and that was a young representative, not young, but a little bit older than me, sat right next to me across the aisle from Evansville, who said, I want that in my area. And Suzanne Crouch was a fantastic rep for her area. She took that idea of regional thinking with her to the LG's office, auditor now LG's office, and really has brought what we've been working on to fruition. Thank you, Suzanne, for that passion you have for regional thinking outside of the metro area. And then Okra, Jody, thank you for what you guys do. Locally, it's exciting to see what's going to happen. It really is. So we got a message to continue to tell, and we're going to continue to preach it. Myself, Dave, Denny, those from Northeast Indiana are very proud to represent this area and are excited to continue that. So again, thank you to all, and Kent, to you, Christy, for all the work you guys do here. So thank you very much. And this is a celebration day, that's for sure. So thank you.
I'm Charlie Hatton. I'm the Chamber of Commerce from the New Haven City, and I'm the secretary of the board.
Wonderful. Charlie, what is the most exciting project within this stellar designation?
Well, I tell you the truth, it's not really one project. It's the idea that all of us are working together and doing projects and supporting each of the communities. It's nice that we're going to fix up the community center here in New Haven and do a nice trail that connects our communities, but at the same time, we're also going to root for Hoagland that's going to get some stuff, and Grable and some of the unincorporated areas that they don't really have the same access to monies and stuff like that, and this is just a great project for them, so we're real happy about all of it.
Wonderful. And if you could, in one word, say East Allen County is stellar because...
we collaborate.
Thank you. Thank you.
New Allen Alliance has always had a great mission of creating a unified voice for our communities in East Allen County. But it wasn't truly unleashed until we started working our strategy hard in 2014. We were blessed to receive a grant from the Fullinger Foundation to hire Ellen Cutter, who was with the Community Research Institute at that time, who is now with Greater Fort Wayne, Inc., to help us create a strategic plan that we could take to use to engage our communities further. And ultimately what that created was an opportunity for us to have a great conversation with our elected officials and make sure they were included in the conversation. And that really started to spur lots of other great conversations. Through that new strategy, it caused us to become further engaged with our county elected officials as well, with the Capital Improvement Board of Allen County. And in 2015, we invited the Capital Improvement Board to tour the East Allen area and shared our vision for what we wanted to do. That led to them granting us an $85,000 grant to hire an amazing individual who had already been working with Woodburn and had seen much success with the opportunities she engaged with. Through the grant, she would help us create our strategic investment plan that would be recognized on a national level by the American Planning Association with the 2017 John Keller Award for Outstanding Planning Initiative from the APA Small Town and Rural Communities Division. That led to working with the county leadership and each of the 7 communities to create a new partnership to hire the first rural liaison to help guide our work and plan. That led us to increase state recognition and ultimately leading us to apply to become a regional Stellar applicant earlier this year. Stellar applications are no small feat. From my personal experience just working on this one, there were hundreds, it seemed like thousands of meetings in the last 6 months, many phone calls, and a lot of early morning phone calls and late night conversations on what are we going to do next. I look forward to introducing, for some of you the first time, the mastermind that really helped us pull a lot of this together. We're blessed to have Christy Sturtz with the Sturtz Public Management Group here to help guide our work. 'Cause, 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 'cause,
first would just like to say how proud I am of everyone in this room and how far we've been able to go together, really in the last 4 years that I've been able to be engaged in East Allen County. So thank you all for just your friendship, your partnership, and being such a great group of people to work with. You know, when we first started the New Allen Strategic Investment Plan in 2016, we did our homework. We engaged with over 800 people across the region through interviews and meetings and surveys. And through that process, we established our shared priorities for the region, which is economic sustainability, regional vitality, and livable communities. During that time, we also established core values. These values include collaboration, empowerment, leadership, diversity, and individualism. And I believe that those values is what really has enabled us to engage in meaningful ways to pull together the East Allen Rural Revival Regional Development Plan and ultimately obtain the Indiana Regional Stellar designation. I've been a planner for over 25 years. I've worked throughout the state of Indiana, and this group of people, it's just humbling, really. I mean, the level of collaboration is like nothing that I've ever seen before. And you know, you work so closely with people, you get to know them a little bit. And I'm just curious how many people in this room really understand and appreciate the level of heritage that we have and the people that have been committed to this process. I'm curious if you're familiar with the names of Roth, Rorick, Gerardo, Gehrig, Hoffman, Castleman. Those are names of roads in East Allen County. Those are also names of families that have lived here for generations, families that have plowed the land and planted seeds that have led to the harvest that we have today. So thank you. Finally, I've used this phrase a lot with groups over the years, that the best laid plans are made by many hands. And I think if you take a look at our acknowledgement board over there, you'll see that this planning initiative is the best of the best. And I just want to say I look forward to providing continued leadership to this program, working with the state of Indiana, with the communities of East Allen and our partners. And I believe that the best is yet to come.
I'm John Niemeyer, the Hoagland representative, one of the unincorporated parts of Allen County. We were working with the county on the Stellar project about the last 4 years, and we're extremely excited. It's going to be great for the community of Hoagland, as well as all of rural eastern Allen County. It's going to be able to give us some new things we can do that we couldn't do in the past with funding, so we were anticipating some major park improvements, some street lighting, and things of that nature. They're going to really help our community in Hoagland.
Wonderful. And if you could describe East Allen County in one word, East Allen County is stellar because?
Because of the people. We have great volunteers throughout all 7 communities and in all the rural areas as well. People are used to just buckling up their boots and getting it done. So that's the reason why we're going to be successful.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time and all your hard work.
Thank you.
East Allen, born and bred, and a proud graduate of East Allen County Schools. Our next speaker started his public service career as an emergency responder here in New Haven. He has spent the last 19 years as the mayor of New Haven and has spent the last 5 years being a cheerleader along with me on the Greater Fort Wayne Inc. Board of Directors, and has encouraged New Haven to support our efforts in a very, very impactful and great way. Help me welcome the 19-year mayor of New Haven, Mayor Terry Mcdonald.
So I'm a product of northeastern Indiana, born in Wells County, moved to Hoagland in 1964 because my little brother came along. And there wasn't room in the house before that, so we had to get a different house. Proud graduate of Heritage High School in 1977. I once bragged, well, actually a good friend of mine who actually lives in New Haven, and I in 3rd grade decided we knew how to take over New Haven. Hi. And I preach in Woodburn, Indiana. I want to recognize my good friends, the Hepners, for being here. Former mayor of Woodburn and his lovely wife, Naomi. Thank you for being here. You know, so many people, and you've all heard all the accolades. I just want to tell you that when staff in my city hall comes together and just pours out information, it helps. The things that are going to take place in our communities will be phenomenal. The things that are happening in each one of our communities, no matter how small the project may be, is going to be a life changer in each one of those communities. So either I have friends, or I've worked in, or I've lived in every single community in East Allen County. And I am proud to be here today. Lieutenant Governor, thank you for recognizing the leadership in this piece of northeastern Indiana. For truly, we have been survivors. I know many of you in this room remember the days of International Harvester and GE, and I could go on and on and on. Look at us. We're thriving. We are successful, and we will continue to be successful because of one word: collaboration. We know how to work together, and we truly will be a stellar community, all 7 of us together. We will show the state of Indiana how it's done. When I and Joe and formerly Mayor Hepner would go and go to AIM conferences and formerly cities and towns, we would listen to our peers, and they would ask questions. How are you doing this? It's real simple. Just work together. We know how to do it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for celebrating with us. And everybody who's helped, thank you. God bless you all.
Good morning. My name is Steve Mcmichael. I am the City Council President of New Haven. I also own RE/MAX Imagine in New Haven. I've been part of the steering committee and the housing committee for New Allen Alliance and the Stellar Project.
Wonderful. Now, could you tell me what is the most exciting project to you for your community?
Well, being in the housing industry, I'm extremely excited about the senior housing component of the Stellar Project and the benefits that's going to have for New Haven and all of East Allen. We're going to have over 100 living arrangements, opportunities for seniors in our community that's adjacent to our great community center, where many of them already exercise, work out, they have social gatherings. So it's really exciting. And the best part about this also is not only is this going to be great for the seniors, it's going to be a wonderful opportunity freeing up more than 100 homes in the community for other families to move in to meet the housing demand that we have in New Haven.
That sounds wonderful. Now, if you could tell me why East Allen is stellar, what one word comes out to you?
Well, more than one word, but I think the tagline of 7 unique communities, 1 bold vision just fits so well. We collaborate in Eastern Allen County. We work together because we understand that we can all help each other out and make life better for all residents of Allen County, especially those in Eastern Allen County.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Steve, for your hard work with Stellar and for coming today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker represents the impact that we've made on a county level. And he's been at the table for a lot of the 27 years that New Allen Alliance has been in existence. He's witnessed and worked with our communities, but it wasn't until a meeting in 2017 that we felt we turned a corner when Nelson Peters, commissioner, said, "I really don't think you understand the impact you're making, and people are paying attention." And it was only at that time that we all realized that we were turning a corner and we were making an impact in this area. And we grew that strategy and support it. So please help me welcoming Commissioner Nelson Peters.
Now, thanks, Ken. My goodness, what a great day. You know, thank you all for being here today and spending the time with us. You recognize what we recognize, and that is what a great thing that we've got going on here. And thanks so much for including me in the program today. I want to take you back just a little bit from a historical perspective to some of the things that Kent was talking about. I mean, first of all, it wasn't a good part of the 27 years because I'm really only about 35, so that would have. But I have been involved with this group for a long, long time. As I walked into the East Allen County School Administrative building the first time that I remembered working with this group, there were a group of Chamber of Commerce people from throughout East Allen County. And it was kind of cool to see them already collaborating on best practices and on things that would really help move the community forward. And then you fast forward, as you've already heard, to 2014 or so. They began a strategic planning process that Ellen Cutter from Greater Fort Wayne Inc. helped shepherd. And then you move just a little bit further and they said, wow, we've got this great strategic plan, now what are we going to do with it? Well, they worked with us in ensuring that the resources were there to, in fact, bring somebody on like Christy Sturts to help sustain the plan. And then here we are today. This group, I truly believe, was the genesis of Northeast Indiana collaboration and, frankly, some of the subsequent regional cities' success that we've had in Northeastern Indiana. We've had different communities, 7 different communities, come to the table with a different mindset, different ideas, different ways of doing things. But they've always been able to set aside any differences that they may have and focus on the things that were going to help take them to the promised land. You know, the group was really going to be as strong as its weakest links. And you know what? In the time that I've spent engaged with this group, I have not seen any weak links. And it's really, really great when you can take communities like this who are working from a position of strength. So that made it real easy for the county commissioners to step to the plate with a $4.25 million commitment to this group, and the Allen County to follow suit with $1.25 million to aid the process. These are dollars, as you've already heard, that will help leverage up to $65 million worth of commitments in East Allen County. And when you look at the collaboration, when you look at the cooperation, now there's only a nerd like me who's actually going to sit here and count the names on that board, but there were close to 70 partners that came to the table, that came together to say, we want to do this, we want to make East Allen County better than it already is. So there are so many people to thank. I mean, when you look at the board, when you look at the people out here, the lieutenant governor's come up from Indianapolis, so much appreciated. She just does a tremendous job. She has not forgotten Allen County. This is, I think, the second time in 2 weeks that I've been with her, so she comes back a lot. Okra, Jody, what you've done. The people from all of the various agencies that graded the scorecard when we made the presentation in Indianapolis a couple weeks ago. The state was well represented, from Okra to the Highway Department to just everybody and their brother down there. And certainly to Christy and to Kent for their leadership in shepherding the plan to this point. But really, mostly, my hat's off to the people, all of the people of East Allen County, who have truly shown us how the spirit of cooperation and collaboration should look. So finally, looking forward to this build-out, we are going to see great things in East Allen County, and I'm so excited to see the fruits of labor and celebrating bigger and better things even yet that are in store for this side of our great county. So again, thank you so much. God bless you, and Merry Christmas.
My name's Andy Miller. I'm the community representative for Harlan, and I also sit on the board for New Allen Alliance.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for all your hard work throughout this. What do you think that this means for the communities involved, that now we are designated as stellar communities?
You know, Harlan is one of the 2 unincorporated communities within the New Allen board. And so what it means to us is it gives us really a pretty healthy shot in the arm to accomplish a lot of the projects that we would like to accomplish, but don't have the resources or even some of the collaboration needed to fulfill those dreams and ideas. So by working together, and especially now with this stellar designation, we're going to be able to get really propelled into our destiny where we want our community to go. And it's going to take us, like I said before, into areas that we wouldn't be able to get to on our own.
That just sounds so wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today.
When we think back through the time, another pivotal turning point was when in 2015 we decided it was time to start bringing some of our councils and elected officials and people who might not be as familiar with East Allen out to East Allen. And so I borrowed the van from the Cornerstone Youth Center, and we met with the Capital Improvement Board here in New Haven, and we took them on a whirlwind tour. And anybody in the van realizes it was a whirlwind tour. And we took them all around East Allen, and they spent the entire afternoon with us, 5 hours of understanding our communities. We'd go to each community, we had 20 minutes. That's all the community representatives got. You had to hop in the van, say what you were doing, and then get out of the van and we're on to the next community. That's how we did it. And we did that several times for other groups. But the Capital Improvement Board is unforgettable to me because I was so involved, and Ben Eisbart is going to come up and speak here shortly. I was so involved with showing them everything and being the driver of the van that I missed the four-way stop in Grable. And I will never, ever forget Mike Packnett, CEO of Parkview Hospital, sitting in the passenger seat. And just like any great dad, he goes, "There's a stop sign!" And I'll never forget that. And I said the headline could have been a lot different than it is today. But we are grateful to have the support of the Capital Improvement Board with that initial $85,000 grant, and then more recently, millions of dollars to support our efforts as well. So please welcome Ben Eisbart, a member of the Capital Improvement Board.
Next time, we're going to have to get two podiums. For any of you that have ever driven with Kent, your win is an understatement. Lieutenant Governor, elected officials, honored guests, and citizens, as a representative of the Allen County Fort Wayne Capital Improvements Board, I'm delighted to add our congratulations to New Allen Alliance for receiving the Indiana Regional Stellar Award. And I'm pleased to say it was a short, 3.5 years ago when the CIB played a role. Now, Ken also is not terribly good in arithmetic. He said 85,000. We actually granted $87,720.
My apologies.
Let's get it right. For the development of your strategic plan. And in 2018, the CIB approved $3.3 million for the New Allen Alliance for various programs within that plan. By the way, the money from that allows the CIB to make grants comes from food and beverage. So eat out and drink out. We'll all be happy one way or another. As the Journal-Gazette wrote in its editorial last Sunday, and I quote, "Stellar Communities enhances the quality of life in a large portion of Allen County, building on regional city investment in the riverfront, the embassy, and more, and rural and both urban residents all benefit. It's a wonderful example of pragmatism at a local government level. And I'm so glad that we at the CIB have been honored to play a small part. What a wonderful Christmas present for all the citizens of Allen County. Well done."
Don Gerardo, I'm Monroeville Town Council President.
Wonderful. And could you tell us what are you most excited about with the stellar designation with the East Allen County Rural Revival?
I'm most excited about the fact that we are going to get our park finished. We're going to have a new splash pad. We're going to have over a half-a-mile walking trails. We're going to have a new building and restrooms at the splash pad. And we're going to get Monroe Street completely rebuilt, and it will join in with the beautification of the park.
Wonderful. Now, if you could describe in one word why East Allen County is stellar, what would you say?
Because of the people.
Great answer. Thank you so much for all your hard work and for being here today.
Okay. Thank you.
You know, economic development is no small task, and it takes a lot of partners, as we've been talking about in all this. And back in the 2013 timeframe, we were hearing of a new merger that was happening between the Alliance and the Greater Fort Wayne Chamber of Commerce, and that ultimately became Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. We, as New Allen, lobbied, and were encouraged by others at the table to lobby and have a standing seat on the board of directors for Greater Fort Wayne, Inc., and we were successful in that. And so we're very excited to play a role in that, and as I've stated, Mayor Mcdonald and I have represented the area well, and as anybody who attends the meetings knows, we're pretty vocal when it comes to a lot of things. We are going to continue that tradition, but this year, in light of the Stellar Award, I'll be stepping off of the board, and I'll be allowing Barb Smith, who is the Vice President of New Allen and from Leo Cedarville, to step into my place at Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. And so we're just excited to have that. We're also excited today to have the new incoming CEO of Greater Fort Wayne, Inc. It was just announced as well, and we're excited for the partnership vision, and he comes from a planning background, so he especially knows the work that has went into all this. Please welcome John Urbans.
Thank you all for allowing me to say a few words today. This is a great day in East Allen County. You know, one of the things that I get the pleasure of doing at Greater Fort Wayne Inc. is waking up every day and selling our community. And it's easy to go sell something you believe in. It's even easier to go sell something that a lot of people believe in. And the great thing about what has happened here is you all believe in your communities. This has been a great partnership. This is teamwork at its finest. And I've talked a lot with the board as we've gone through the process, through the CEO search. Teamwork is key to economic development. It takes all of us. It takes the mayors, it takes the commissioners, it takes the community leaders to put us in a place that we can respond to opportunities that the state puts in front of us. And this is a great opportunity for us. But today is a celebration, and tomorrow we go right into implementation. You know, this is something that is key to our community. And I tell people all the time, if you're not investing in yourself, nobody's going to invest in you. And we're out every day looking for investments within our communities. You're investing in yourself through this process. The economic opportunity in East Allen County is great right now with the Fort to Port, with US 24. If you look at Mayor Mcdonald, Mayor Kelsey, Mayor Hepner, they've seen a lot of growth in their communities. The last couple years here in East Allen County has been huge from a job retention, job growth side. The new annual payroll that's being created in projects in this area, the increase in assessed value within our community has continued to be on an upswing. We see the economy just continuing to move forward, and that's what we're going to fight for every day, and we're going to do that for you and with you. So on behalf of Greater Fort Wayne, Inc., congratulations, and I look forward to the next several years in working with you to advance our communities and getting these projects done. That's what we need to shift to is implementation. Kent mentioned I'm a planner by trade, I'm a planner by background. I've been part of a lot of plans that have sat on shelves. And this is one that is not sitting on a shelf. You pushed it forward, and I'm very proud of what you've done. So thank you.
I'm Kevin Roth, and I am active in our community of Graybill with several things, the chamber and some other things, but primarily I am the board representative for Graybill to New Allen Alliance.
Wonderful. Now, what are you most excited about with the Stellar designation?
Trails. We've been talking for years in Graybill about connecting our trail from Leo through Graybill and eventually up to Hirschtown Reservoir. And this grant is going to enable us to get the Graybill portion put in place, and that's what we need.
Sorry, wonderful. That sounds so exciting. Now, if you could, in one word, describe why you think East Allen County is stellar.
It's a bunch of rural communities who have unique attributes. We have some really cool things. We're probably the best kept secret in Allen County. But when we all came together, we have an award that's going to help us do something here and really spotlight the individual characteristics that make us unique, but as a whole working together to make that happen. We think we're going to be excited to have people come and visit and see what's in our rural communities.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time and your hard work on this.
As was stated earlier, there's a lot of people to thank. So real quick, I just wanted to kind of run through. First of all, I want to thank our sponsors for today, DLZ, A&Z Engineering, JPR, and ERI. If any of you are in economic development, you'll realize that you have to start learning 3-letter acronyms and which person belongs with which engineering firm. But thank you very much for your support of today's celebration and the work that went into that. I want to thank the spouses in the room, especially my wonderful wife, Heather. Can wave. Surprise. You know, for those of us that are visionaries, sometimes it's hard to keep us contained. And we have a lot of visionaries on the New Allen Alliance. So thank you to all the spouses in the room who have to hear the ideas and the stories and everything that comes with that and the excitement and the frustration and whatever that is. It's just great to have your support, and thank you. Love you, honey. thank you to all of our community leaders. If there are representatives of the chambers and elected officials from the communities, if you could please stand. From the chambers and elected officials from each of the communities. I know we've got quite a few in the room, yes. Yes, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for coming alongside us over the years and working with us and becoming more engaged in the process as we've worked through this. We appreciate that.
I'm Marilyn Hissong, and I'm the superintendent of East Allen County Schools.
Wonderful. Now, with the stellar designation, what do you think it means for the communities that are involved?
Well, first and foremost, I'm so excited for our families. Students are always my top priority, but I would tell you, for families, for students who go away maybe to college, we're hoping that this will promote community, people coming back to our communities, raising their own children here and their families. I also am excited about the wellness that's going to be promoted throughout this, because we know wellness is something that we need to be looking at as a society right now, and I know there's a lot of things with trails and just the community centers that we have. It's going to be a great thing for them to have those opportunities.
Wonderful. Now, if you could describe in one word what makes East Allen County stellar, what would you say?
Oh, wow. I would say it's the people, always the people, the kids, the families, just people in general. We have great communities, we have great people, and it's just a wonderful place to be. I'm a born and raised product, my kids are back here, and I would say I can't imagine being anywhere else.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all your hard work in this community.
And for those of you on the board for New Allen, if you could all please come forward here shortly, or come forward, come on up here, everybody from New Allen board. Come on forward.
I gotta get next to Barb.
That's fine. Everybody can see the leadership that's in the room, but I just wanted to take this opportunity because, again, we want to reiterate that we would not be here today if it weren't for a special person helping us along the way. And we all had great ideas and worked on that. But we want to just recognize Christy Sturts again for all her work and effort. If you could please come forward, we have a small token of our appreciation. She probably feels like she won a prize here. So. And the prize is you get to collaborate with 7 communities. and that truly is it. And just thank you for your tenacity. Thank you for your vision. Thank you for your coordination and all of the things that you do to make us better. And we know we are better because of you. And we just thank you for that today. And with that, on that happy note, thank you all for attending and being a part of this. And we look forward to collaborating and working with many of you in the room as well. And on behalf of the board, thank you for coming today, and we look forward to it. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you for being here with us today. So you're here with the regional stellars, and I know you talked about collaboration and what that means, but as you look at the operations up here, and what does this mean to the state?
Well, I think the fact that New Allen is now a 2018 Regional Stellar designee, that certainly is going to lift this area up, but that lifts up the whole state. Whenever we're only, as a state, we're only as good and as big and as important and as valuable as our individual communities. And so you have been collaborating and building partnerships since 1991, and truly are going to serve as an example to the rest of the state as to how they too can collaborate and work together. Because when we do work together, we can achieve great success. Abraham Lincoln said that some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it also. And you have achieved great success here in New Allen, and you are proof to the rest of the state that they too can achieve what you do when they work together.
Well, it's awesome to have you here today. We're just so appreciative of your time and energy and all that comes from that. And we just thank you for taking the time. Thank you for being here, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you.
Happy holidays and congratulations.
Thank you.
And that will do it for this edition of County Line. I'm Mike Green, Public Information Officer in the Allen County Commissioner's Office. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time on County Line.
I would like to talk to you today about the effectiveness of the Allen County Jail Chaplaincy Ministry. I've had the opportunity to view the ministry from 3 different perspectives. As an inmate, I was ministered to by men like Gene Detmer, Al Fetterspiel, and Sean Carroll, and others who helped me get the Word of God that changed my life forever. I met Jesus in a life-changing way. He came alive on the inside of me. As a chaplain of the jail, I had the opportunity to work with men like Joe Mann, John Alexander, and Dick Sievers. These men shared their lives with me and my wife like we were family. As a member of the board, I had the opportunity to be the best benefactor that I could be. I served with men like Dave Clendenin, Tim Detmer, and others behind the scenes to support the people who are on the front lines. I understand the privilege of supporting and protecting leaders while they help others come to a saving knowledge of who Jesus Christ.
When we have inmates that come into the jail, we have over 9,000 a year that come through here. There's a lot of different things that go on with them. The first thing that they experience is fear in their lives, because all of a sudden they've lost control of what they're able to do, decisions they can make. And so one of the things that we're able to do is to try and minister to them and bring some peace and calmness to them, some reassurance that they're not alone, that they have some people that care about them. There's some scary stuff that goes on here. Sometimes there will be fights and molestations, various kinds of things like that. So we are there to help minister to those inmates that have experienced those kind of things and to bring reassurance to them and peace in their lives as well.
I was also an inmate in the local Allen County Jail. Today I'm Chaplain Donnie Foster due to changes that were made, and more importantly changes that were invested in me when I stood downstairs in A Block. Old A Block was a horrible place for me to even think about being, and I was in the process of being shipped back to the state of Oregon facing 104 years, but God, through Elijah Harris, who was brand new to this ministry here in the jail, and Dick Sievers, they both prayed over me. And they gave me a peace that surpassed it all understanding. I was able to go into the system realizing that no matter if I was inside the walls or outside the walls, God was the same. He came in and He took my hard heart and my soft skin and He changed it to a soft heart and tough skin.
Well, I take this opportunity to thank you, Dick, and thank you for everything you've done, the hard work that you've put into this. I've never made any bones about the fact that there are people, unfortunately, in my jail that don't need to be there. It's a traumatic situation for them and their families, and I think one comforting thing about it is the jail ministry and the many volunteers that put in many, many hours to comfort those people and be a liaison, if you will, between the Sheriff's Department or the court system and the family.
One of the misconceptions that many people have is that the jail chaplaincy is funded through the Allen County Jail and government. Funding comes through individuals, churches, and sometimes corporations and grants. And so we're always working to raise funds to be able to be here. Some people have to raise money to get out of jail, but our job is to raise money to be able to stay in jail, to be able to bring God's love and grace to those people who come through here every day. So your help in keeping us supported is very needed and appreciated. And if you're interested in helping us, please contact us at the jail.